Next time you're at the dollar store, don't pass by these pot trolleys. I also headed to my local hardware store and I just grabbed one tomato cage. For the base of this project, I used a large planter. I added in these pretty black-eyed Susans, and then I came in with some heavy garden rocks, and I just placed these around just to weigh down the base of this. And I had to cut off the upper rung from this tomato cage. I took it over to my potted plant and worked it in gently around the black-eyed Susans. Once it was in place, I came in with my pot trolley and I placed this on top of the tomato cage, and I'm just going to add in this little decorative piece. This is just going to weigh down the pot trolley and keep it in place. And then I'm going to add in some water here.
Grab some crystal punch bowls from the Dollar Tree store. Start by placing one of the bowls upside down on your surface. Then place 3 to 4 clear, removable, double-sided glue dots on the base of the bowl. Now place the second bowl right side up on top of the first. Place some more glue dots on the base of the third bowl before adding the fourth bowl. Fill the bowl with water and add your solar fountain.
Grab a wire mesh trash can from the dollar store. Take a remote-controlled puck light. These are available at Amazon and attached to the inside bottom of the trash can. Now flip the trash can upside down and hook one end of the chain to one side of the basket bottom. Next, take a length of greenery garland and cut it into roughly 12-inch pieces. Now take some florist wire and start to wire the garland pieces to the top. Grab a couple of larger sized plastic planter pots and a clear round tray. Flip one of the pots over and hot glue the bottom of this pot to the bottom of the other pot.
We're going to head down to our local nursery and pick up some paver edges. Whatever side you choose though, make sure they both match when you're putting them together. Next, we got to make sure we adhere them with some good liquid nails. You want to put a liberal amount on both sides. Don't go, the more you put, the better, because pavers are very rough and that glue is going to fill the inside. Once we do it, we're going to turn it up on its edge and we're going to stick 2 of the pavers together, making sure they match. Once you get those 2 together and you let it dry a couple hours, you can lay it flat. We're then going to grab our third paver and we're going to put another bead of glue on top. You're going to put it right down the middle of the 2 pavers that you did. So once you get that on and let that dry, turn those 3 over again. Make sure you're giving a couple hours so it holds together. And we're going to again put some glue on the edge of that paver and put it in place. Now we got the top of our project right here, and I'm going to run a bead of glue down each edge on top. And then I'm going to take my top paver, put it on top right there.
You're not going to believe what I made with this plunger and funnel. I removed the wood stick from the plunger and flipped the rubber end inside out. I drew a circle on the top. I cut out the circle and trimmed the edges and spray painted it with Rust-Oleum black spray paint. While that was drying, I cut and sanded 1x6 wood planks. I attached the painted rubber plunger piece to the barnwood with 4 black screws. Next, I cut the wood plunger handle and I screwed it into the plunger part. I attached the funnel to the wood plunger handle. I used hot glue and attached a battery-operated puck light.
Headed down to my local Dollar Tree. I'm going to start with these glass beads. I'm going to also head over and get some rubbing alcohol. Next, I grabbed this bowl, got it from Home Depot. I'm going to grab some sand, start putting it in the bottom. So you want to fill it up to where when you get your bowl, you're going to kind of be level with the top and it has a firm foundation. Let's go ahead and start putting some more sand in so that it holds it in place. To level it out. Make sure that bowl is firm. We don't want any spillage or that thing moving when we light it up. Go ahead and put the metal bowl in, and then remember those glass beads and start placing them all the way around. Take that rubbing alcohol and pour a little bit in there. Give it a little bit of a flame and it's going to light right up. Go ahead and grab yourself a tomato cage and also grab some wood shims. Grab a scrap board, take the thick end, you're going to get a nice clean hole, and we're going to do this to all of our shims. What we're going to do is take a towel and just dip it in there, make sure it's all covered. Just wipe it on there. The sticky points that go into the ground, we don't need those. It's just going to snap right off. Now we're going to grab us some copper wire. We're going to put that through the shim with the hole in it. Just use it like a twist tie. Go all the way around. Once you get the second layer done, we're going to grab us a solar light from Dollar Tree. Take off that small part on the bottom, the stake, we don't need that, and let it float right in the middle. Now we're going to work on that last circle.
Pick up 2 matching plastic pots from Dollar Tree. Drill holes into the bottom of each for drainage. Then use some hot glue to glue them together. pick up some of this rope. Use it with hot glue and coil it around. I'm choosing to create an oval. You could also create a circle depending on the space. I used 7 coils of jute. Grab the tumbling tower game from the toy section. You can leave these as is. I chose to add a light stain to mine. I'm creating a flat base with 4 of the blocks. Glue them together with wood glue so they really hold up. Then I'm gonna add legs to the outside. I've created a couple different heights with the legs. Grab some solar lights from Dollar Tree to create this outdoor decor. I'm gonna grab a pool noodle as well. I'm gonna cut this into small 1-inch sections, and then I'm gonna paint 3 of those sections a really dark black color. I picked up this really heavy metal candle holder from a thrift store. Now I'm gonna put it all together. Then I can grab my solar lights, pull off that bottom, I don't need that, and I can glue each of the lights into the center of the pool noodle. Grab a solar light, pull off the stake, we don't need that part. Then use some hot glue to add it to a metal sconce. I picked these up at the thrift store. They're nice and heavy. Then use a screw hook in a fence or a deck and hang the sconces outside.
The next time you're at the thrift store, don't pass by the vase aisle with grabbing some of the globe-shaped vases. I'm going to make sure I give them a good clean. Came in with this Americana Enchanted paint, so I'm just going to go ahead and paint all the glass vases that I bought with just a nice light coat. Now you do want to make sure that you buy pots that have holes in the bottom. That's very important. And then I'm going to come in with some heavy strength Gorilla Glue here and apply it to the bottom of the terracotta pot. And then I'm going to put my globe on top of that. Then I picked up these fairy solar lights off of Amazon, and this is why you want the hole in the bottom of the terracotta pot, because I'm going to be threading the fairy lights through this hole up into the globe.
Pick up 1 garden border from your local Dollar Tree. Cut the spiked bases off, add small black zip ties to attach the wreath form to the border fence. Wrap the border fence with small twinkle lights all the way around. Add greenery of choice around the top of the border fence with hot glue.
I have got these melamine plastic plates I just picked up at the dollar store. I've also got a couple of these larger silver coloured plates. That's isopropyl alcohol. I've just cleaned the plate with that. I'm going to take a little bit out of alcohol here. I'm just going to squirt it onto the plate. And then I've got these really lovely, I'm going to drop a little bit on here. I'm just going to move this around a bit to start with. Alcohol on there. There we go. Here we go. A little bit more of that. You can use a hairdryer or a heat gun. I'm just going to go around and around in circles and just see if we can get some nice kind of edges. Okay, now because this is alcohol ink, I'm actually going to seal it with this Kmart varnish. The second version that I'm going to do on these little plates is I'm actually going to use these stick and style stencils. This I've already coated with a second coat of paint. Okay, let's take this stencil off and see how it looks. Our third technique that we're going to create on these plates is going to be, we're going to go full Jackson Pollock. Next up, we're going to use this silver bullet. Exactly the same, we can do that on one of our smaller plates.